Alright, hello everyone, welcome back. I'm your friend InsectO, and today let's solve a class 5. This is just another later part of the Unity tutorial. We must go through this later course to pass the Unity 5. So we probably could go to Unity 6 or something like that. Okay, let's go. So the first question is, which of the following fellows unite Lemming conversions, especially as they relate to capitalization? Probably I choose A. Question 2. If there is a boolean in scrap A that you want to access in scrap B, which of the following are true? You need a reference to scrap A in scrap B. I guess the first one is correct. The boolean needs to be public instead of private. Yeah, that's also correct. The boolean must be true. That's not necessary. That's not necessary. The boolean must be included in the update method. Well, that's not true. So 1 and 2. Question 3. Which code to fill in the blank will result in the object being destroyed? Let's say the first one is that the lamb must be equal to player. That's a standard truth. And for the health, it must be less than 5. That's also true. And we probably should choose option 3. The question 4. You run your game and get the following error message in the console. Non-reference exception. Object reference cannot set to an instance of an object. Given the image and the code below, what would you resolve this kind of problem? So we, if this problem happens, we go to the hierarchy window and let's say, and rename the game manager with a space inside to a game manager without any space out there. Question 5. Read the unite document below about the on-mouse drag event and the code beneath it. What will the value of the counter variable be if the user clicked and held down the mouse over an object with a collider for 10 seconds? So it probably would become, let's say, 100. Because if it's equal to 100, it will not increase itself anymore. Question 6. Based on the code below, what will be displayed in the console when the button is clicked? So welcome first line Smith will be displayed since this is a static string. Question 7. You have declared a new button variable as private button start, but there's an arrow under the word button. That says arrow with the type or namespace lamb button could not be found. Are you missing a using directive or an assembly reference? What is likely causing the error? So probably we didn't include that library. So we need to at least use this line of code to import that pack. Question 8. Look at the document and code below. Which of the following lines would not produce an error? So far, as far as we know, this function will take two vector variable for the first two arguments or parameters. And for this kind of code, only the first one uses two vectors as the first two arguments. So only the line 8 will not produce an error. Question 9. If you wanted a button to display the message hello when a button was clicked, what code would you use to fill in the blank? So for this kind of question, we just had to give it the function name. That would do it. For question 10, which of the following is the correct way to declare a new list of game objects lambda enemies? That's pretty dumbass. I thought the lamb one could be the right way for doing it, but also sometimes the lamb 4 does the job in other programming languages. So I don't really know which one is correct, so I'm gonna, let's say, go to the Unity to check it out by defining a variable like that. Okay, now for the user, we have defined a list of enemies, and if we go to our layers, you would say a list of enemies. So that's let's say, this is the correct way for defining a list of enemies. So we should choose 4. We should now check the answer at my console. My browser's stuck. Okay, all those choices are gone. That's ridiculous, so we had to re-choose it again. Okay, thank God that I still remembers all those answers. So it may not be a problem for me. Now if we go collect the submitted answers, we should say something like this. And we passed all of them, so we are 100% correct about those questions. So it's kind of like we are a master of the Unity programming. That's good. Let's say this is the next day's tutorial. We'll leave it there. So this is today's video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.